Hi, how do human beings learn the language? This is a question we ended up with the last episode. How does a child learn the language in the first place? Before we go to the film language, a newborn baby, when it reaches 10 months, 1 year, it starts speaking. It starts speaking few words. Suddenly the baby coins sentences and they speak sentences. And adults in the family wonder, my God, how did she learn? How did he learn this language? When you ask a 10-month-old baby, where is dad? The baby will answer, dad, uppies. My God, they just go aghast by this answer. They wonder because the language the first time they speak. Now the question is, how does a baby learn the language? Many would answer, babies learn language by observing adults, parents in the family. Is it true? Maybe. Maybe they observe the parents and other adults in the family, they pick up something. But can they learn the language by just observing parents and adults speaking in the family? No, it is not possible. Why? Because when a baby is 1 year plus few months, they start speaking lots of sentences. They coin lots of sentences. Is it possible every time when they coin a sentence or when they speak a sentence, they would have observed the same sentence from adults and parents? No, that is not possible. That means there are other sources for babies to learn the language. What is that? Here comes many linguistic theory. One of the most interesting linguistic theory is made by Professor Noam Chomsky. He is a professor of linguistics in MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He is the one who really discovered how human babies learn to speak a language. Basically, the discovery is that learning a language is an innate quality in the human neural network. And without that neural network, a child cannot learn a language. It's a kind of a software that is developed in the human brain, in the human neural network, that slowly developed over the generations. For example, if a child is born to a Tamil parents, when the baby is 3 months old, a European couple adopt the child. They take the child to the European country. For example, they take the child to Italy. When the child reaches 10 months, 1 year, the child starts speaking not the Tamil, which is the child's parents' language, but the child starts speaking Italy. How is it possible? So that way, it got nothing to do with the language of the parents. It got something to do with the neural network, the innate quality of the human brain neural network that absorbs the language, understands the language. In the same way, the language of cinema was also learned by humans. By studying the language of cinema, we really understand a lot about the human brain development, even how other languages have developed, how human beings learned other languages, the speaking language. For example, cinema is just 124 years old. When cinema was born in 1895, people did not have the software to understand cinema as a language. That's the reason why when Lumiere is shown first time on the screen, train arriving in a railway station, people thought the train would hit them, they ran away. I don't know it's true or not, but it's a story. At least they would have ducked. Even today we see in 2019 when the new 3D films come, when the arrows fly in the air, when fires come towards the camera, people try to catch it, laugh and make big noise. They know very well it is all images. So even today people wonder like that, react like that. in the human brain. When cinema was not a language in the human brain, obvious they ran away from the theater. It was 1895. I must tell you one more interesting story that happened in the 1970s in Tamil Nadu. You know, the MG Ramachandran, MGR, was a very well-known star for those who were in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Even today, the generation know MGR was a very big star. In 70s, in one of the villages near Tanjore, when MGR's film was running in a touring talkies, in the same touring talkies, for the evening show, the nomad community called Kurvikarargal, they were there in the theater. They were the big fans of MGR. At the end of the film, this nomad community always carry their country rifle. They were allowed to carry the country rifle because their main job is to hunt birds, sell needles in the theater. In the final scene, MGR fighting with villain and his gang. They are the main villain at the time from the first floor aims at him with his pistol. But MGR is busy flying around here and there fighting his men. Finally, he smashes everyone. He's alone. Now the main villain aims at him. Where our nomad community man, the main man who carries the rifle with him, naturally his hand goes to his rifle. There on the screen, the villain tries to pull off the trigger in his pistol. Doom! No, our man shot the villain. The screen broke into two. This really happened in the 70s. This was a big news at the time. Is it true that the language of cinema was not yet formed in the mind of that particular nomad community man? No. But still, even today, all educated ones in city theaters, in the multiplexes, when they see the latest 3D movies, when arrows fly, fires fly towards the camera lens, they try to catch it, make big noise. So that way, the language keeps developing. But to understand the story and emotion, in the last 100 years, the language of cinema has developed very large, huge extent. How in the last 124 years, the cinema as a language could have developed this far. It all started with filmmakers who wanted to tell stories. We will see how it developed in the next episode.